Okay, so hopefully you can see me. All right, so just coming to standing, and we're just going to start with some breathing and some arms. So just find your center of gravity, get your feet flat on the floor, just rock forward and back. Lift your toes up and just roll your toes out on the floor like you're playing the piano. And then just find that sort of midpoint. So we want to think about having our weight. So if we start at the top, the head over your heart over your hips, and hips over your heels. And then just take a breath in and lift the arms up, breathing out, come down. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears, breathing in, breathing out. Just nice and slow, get the breath going. Try and take the breath down into the tummy. Okay, we're going to add some knee bend. So we're going to squat down, take the arms up, and then float the arms back behind you. So breathe in, breathe out. And still thinking about keeping the shoulders down away from the ears. As you come down, breath going. Have a look at your knees as you squat down, so make sure your knees are coming over the toes. So we're not rolling the knees in. Breathe in, float the arms back. Keeping those knees wide, over the toes. Have a look. Breathe in. Need some mirrors. That's it. Just for 3 more. And on the last one, hold it down there. Reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Lift the chest and keeping the knees over the toes. And just hold in that position and breathe into it. See if you can take the weight back into your heels and sink your bottom down a little bit further, like you're sitting in a chair. And holding it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up. Just give the legs a little shake, roll the shoulders out. Okay, and then keeping the knees soft, bringing the arms up straight ahead. We're going to take a breath in, open the chest, then round out the spine, like you're hugging a tree. So breathe in to open, breathe out to close. Open the chest, then round the spine out. Tuck the head over, like we're curling into our C-shaped spine, like we do in a roll down. With breath open. That's it. 3 more. Last one. Good. Okay. Come back up, give it a shake. We're just going to come into some single leg stuff now. So just getting your balance happening. So just get one foot, ground down into that foot, lengthen up through the spine, so lifting up nice and tall, and you're just going to come into some hip flexion. Lift the knee, toe tap. If you need to touch down, but just lift and lower. Keep going. Just muting you all. Sorry, guys. I want to hear your heavy breathing. Okay, that's it. So lift, keep lifting the spine, long and tall, lifting up out of that hip. Breathing in, breathing out. Try not to hold your breath. 4 more. And swap legs. So come down onto the other one, lifting up out of the hip, lift the hip, toe tap. Just tapping lightly with the toes. So working on a bit of balance, ankle, knee strength. Good. Keep breathing. 4 more. Good. Okay, come on down. And we're going to take it into an extension now. So you're basically going to take your leg back behind. But what I want you to do is add the arms. So take the arms overhead, curl it back in. So reach over. The knee that you're standing on is soft. So not locked into extension. Keep it a bit soft. Now, option if you really want to challenge your balance here is to take the foot off the floor and keep it off the floor. So extend nice and slow. Take it out slow. Reach the fingers away, reach the foot away. Keep the breath going. Find a focal point on the floor or the wall so that you're stable. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Come up, give that leg a little shake and swap legs. So onto the other one. Little soft knee. Take the leg back. Extend the arms. So arms come up overhead, lifting the chest. So nice and long through the top body. And if you can, the foot's off the floor. So you're nice and stable through that leg. It's the steady, body stays steady. We're just moving the limbs. Keep that breath going. 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax, give it a shake. Taking your legs out wide now, so feet are wide, knees are turned out, toes are turned out, come down into a squat. The knees over the toes, keeping the chest up, take it down, coming back up. That's it. Hopefully warming up a little bit now. 3 more. And then hold the squat, lift the heel, one heel at a time, just lifting, staying down in your wide squat. That's it, good. Okay, and now we're going to stay low and we're going to just don't run into each other, so all go the same direction. We're going to start walking. So crab walks. Stay low in your half squat. Keep the chest up. Keep the feet wide. That's it. Get those glutes working. That's it. Keep the chest up, but stay low. One more lap. Last one. That's it. Good job. All right, coming back to your mat. We're just going to do a few roll downs now just to get the spine moving. So feet should be about hip width apart here. Lengthen up through the crown. Take a breath in and then on the breath out, roll your chin to your chest, rolling the spine down. Just hang at the bottom. Take a pause there. Just let the head be heavy and loose. Take a breath in and on the breath out, draw the navel to the spine, one vertebrae at a time, unravel. Slowly back up, head comes up last. And again, breath in, breath out, chin to chest, roll out the spine. Hang at the bottom. Just take a moment to pause. Just let that stretch come into the hamstrings. And then take a breath in and draw your navel to spine. As you breathe out, unravel. Okay, one more time. Breath in, on the breath out, roll it down. Think about one vertebrae at a time. Roll that spine out. Hang there at the bottom. We will pause, breath in, on the breath out, rolling back up. Okay, good. All right, come on down onto your hands and knees. Do the on or off, guys. Warm enough. Let me turn the aircon off. Yeah. I'll land on for a little bit longer, but just tell me if you start getting too hot. Your hands and knees. So fingers are splayed out, hands beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips, and just start with a little pelvic tilt. So just the pelvis. Tuck and arch, just a little pelvic tilt, so isolate the movement. So just the pelvis, just a little tuck, little arch. Bring your awareness to the upper body. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears. If your shoulders are up around your ears, draw them back down. Tuck the chin in so your neck is long. Your eyes should be kind of at the top of your fingertips. And now take it into full cat-cow. So start just whatever breath feels right. Working through that range. Breathing in or out, doesn't matter. So just nice and smooth, just warming up through the spine. Taking that motion as far as you can comfortably, but not pushing into any pain or discomfort. Nice big deep breaths. For 2 more. Last one. And then coming back to your neutral spine. So thinking about being long from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Hold it there. Just shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Draw them down. Shrug and draw them down. So you're really feeling that movement of the shoulder blade. And then we're going to keep them down. So draw them down. Pushing the hands into the floor. So you're sort of pushing your mid-back up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to take into just a leg extension. So just a focus here on the upper body staying steady. Chin's tucked in, neck is extended, so your neck is long. So get that upper body really strong. Hold that position and just focus on really good technique through the lower body. So imagine there is a tray sitting across your pelvis. You want to keep that steady and still as you extend that leg. Keep breathing. And now we're adding in the arms. So take the leg, add the opposite arm. Now, if you're not feeling, if this is your first week back after some time, just keep with the legs. Forget the arms, just keep with the legs. So just work where you feel you can comfortably, and so you're steady. Keep the breath going. Long from the crown, keep thinking about that string, pulling you out from the crown of your head, pulling you out from the tailbone. So the spine is long. For 2 more. Last one. And then just sit back into child's pose, just take a stretch. So if you can, widen the knees, heels together, drop the hips down towards the heels. Take a deep breath into the back ribs. Okay, and coming back up, we're going to come into a plank. Now I know it's a bit early, it's only week 1 of term 3. Or week, whatever we're up to. So I'll give you options. So there's a few of you that have kept going, so you can definitely do full plank. So if you've been exercising the whole time, then your full plank looks like this. Hands are out, one toe goes back, the other toe goes back. Okay, that's full plank. If you haven't been doing much, go to knees. So you're on your knees and you're just going to drop your pelvis. So from your head to your tailbone, you're like a plank. Okay, so half plank. So if you can just drop your pelvis a little bit at once, so bring your arms a bit more forward. And then, yep, that's good, Maria. Both of you, perfect. Yeah, good. If you feel like you can hold the plank, full plank, come up onto your toes, hold it there for 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Drop the knees, come back into child's pose. Okay, come up. We've got one more plank. So choose your position and off you go. So Yvonne, for you, you can even just take your hands that bit further forward and just bring your hips a bit forward. So you don't have to be in full plank, but you should feel a bit more load in your arms. Okay, everybody else is onto your toes. Up you go, hold it there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Bring the knees down, take it back into child's pose and hold it there. And you're going to just walk your hands over to one side, stay low, but just keep walking the fingers over to one side, take a stretch down on the side body. I'm going to turn the heater off. Everybody warm? Yeah. And then walk your fingers over to the other side. Okay, and then from there, come down onto your tummy. All right, so we're just going to come up into some warm-up Sphinx. So bring your hands down by your side, tuck your chin in, just take a breath in, and then when you're ready, you're lifting the head and the sternum up off the floor, pushing into the forearms. Just to start with, just keep your forearms on the floor. Yep, and then coming back down. So keep the chin tucked in, just push through the forearms and the hand to lift the upper body up off the floor. Keep long, again, from the crown. So think about being long through the spine. So just keep working through a few of those, just in your own time, breathing. Now, option is to take it into full swan if you've got the range in your back. So for that, you might want to take your hands a little bit further forward. And we're breathing in, and it should feel quite nice. Okay, so you shouldn't be straining here. You're pushing through the hands, draw the shoulder blade down. That's it. Just rolling it up and then rolling it back down. That's good. Keep those shoulder blades down away from the ears at all times, not letting them hitch up. That's it, good. 2 more. Good. Come back down. Bring your arms down by your side, and we're coming into full dart. So I think everybody's pretty good at dart. So let's go. Bring the shoulders up off the floor, reach the fingers to the toes, then lift the head and the sternum, the chest, lift the feet off the floor and holding it there. So you're reaching your fingers away, reaching your toes away, reach your crown away. Keep the, yeah, excellent position, looking good. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, drop the head to one side. And just while you're having a pause there, just tuck the tailbone, tuck and arch. So just a little tilt on the tailbone. So just tuck it under, and you should feel your lower back lengthen. Take a big deep breath into the back ribs. Okay, then take a breath in, on the breath out. Lifting up again, really squeeze and pinch into those shoulder blades. So really pinch like you've got a cherry between your shoulder blades. You're trying to pinch it together. Hold it there, long through the toes. Tuck the head, eyes are down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release, turn to the other side. And again, just little pelvic tilts. Lengthen out the spine. Big deep breath into the back ribs. And one more. So take a breath in. On the breath out, lifting up, nice and strong. Really pinch those shoulder blades, long and strong through the arms. Holding it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Just bring your forehead down onto your hands, bend your knees, windscreen wiper your legs from side to side. Just unlock the back and relax the head. Okay, lower the legs down. Now, if you've got no shoulder problems, take the arms out straight ahead. If you've got sore shoulders, you're going to be in a T-zone type position. Okay, but if otherwise you can reach ahead. Arms are out long. Just have your fingertips on the floor. Lift your head up off the floor and then opposite arm and leg lift. Opposite arm. Now, if your shoulders are a bit sore, keep your head tucked down, Karen, but just think about lifting one, still opposite arm and leg with your sore shoulders, but your arms are in like a stop sign or T sort of position. You're squeezing up into that shoulder blade as you lift the opposite leg, so squeezing into that glute. Again, keep the eyes down. The head can be on the floor or softly lifted. Just steady, slow, breathe. It's not a race, this one. It's really more about good technique, stabilizing through the torso and the pelvis. Now we're going to just continue with this for another few seconds, but if you want to work a little bit harder, lift both your hands and feet off the floor and start fluttering your legs and your arms like you're swimming. Excellent. Holding it up. Flutter, soft, small movements. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Just bring the hands back onto the head, onto the hands, and just windscreen wiper the legs again. Take a big, deep breath right down through the spine. Open up all those ribs. Okay, and then roll over onto your back. Make sure you've got your band. Okay. So, Yvonne, I do this one. You want to borrow this one? And you can use it with your arm. All right. So come on down, go onto your back, feet and knees hip width apart, and just set yourself up first. So just start with some pelvic tilts here, north-south tilting, 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And then finding that neutral position, so that mid position from 12 to 6, a little soft arch under the back. You should be able to fit perhaps just a finger through there. Open up the chest and the collarbones. Make sure you've got your band. So you're going to hold your band up, arms up towards the ceiling. Keep your chin tucked in and your neck is long, and you're just going to do your arm openers. So opening the band, slowly close. Keeping the pelvis steady, keep breathing. Sink your ribs into the floor. So open, close. Softly open, close. So control the band. Don't let it pull you back in. Keep the breath going. And then take it to a single arm. So one arm stabilize, other arm opens. Again, your pelvis is steady here. So focus on keeping the ribs soft and into the mat. As you take one arm down, other arm stabilizes. With your chin tucked in so the neck is long. And one more on each side. Okay, and then you're going to hold the band. You can bring the band down a bit further towards your thighs to stabilize and reach one up overhead. To stabilize there, take the arms up overhead. So one arm reaching over and above, the other arm stabilizes. Enough room, Yvonne, you hitting the chair? You're right. So keeping the body steady, shoulder blades down. Try not to let the ribs pop as you reach that arm up overhead. So we're not arching up through the spine, keeping that front body connection. Keep breathing. Okay, we're going to add the opposite leg extension now. So as that one arm comes up overhead, you're holding the band, stabilizing the other arm, opposite leg extends away. So you can slide the foot on the floor, or you can have the foot off the floor and just extend it out long. Keep breathing and keep those ribs softly engaged through that front tummy. You should not be lifting up, arching your back off the floor. Just nice and steady. So 2 more. Okay, just take a pause, hug your knees into your chest and give your back a little massage on the floor. Rolling around. And then go back the other way. And then holding a knee in each hand, mobilizing the hip joint. The big circles out and around. And come back the other way. Okay, bring your feet down onto the floor. Take your band and wrap it around your knees. So bring your knees together and tie the band just above your knees. So, yeah, that's it. Okay, all right, let's just hold it here for a second. Again, just setting up with your pelvis, making sure you're in a neutral pelvic position. Take the arms down by your side and reach your fingers down towards your heels. Open up the collarbones. Hold that there and just open one knee. So open the knee, other knee stabilizes. So single knee dropping over or out to the side, just halfway out to the side. Keeping the pelvis steady here, so your focus is your pelvis. So you're breathing in, breathing out. Keep that neck nice and long. So bring your awareness to the spine on the floor. And as you take that knee out to the side, we're stable. Take the arms up to the ceiling. Get rid of the arm support. Now you can keep going here with the feet on the floor, or you can come up into tabletop and continue, just adding a little bit further dimension of instability here. So one knee stabilizes. So wherever your feet are, one foot's on the floor, that's fine. But that knee that is not moving, it's not moving. So keep it steady so the other knee has something to move against. And again, just keep the pelvis steady here. So it's going to open a little bit on that side, that's normal, but not a full rotation. Draw the shoulder blades away from the ears. And take it into a double knee open now. So both knees open, slowly close. Open, slowly close. Control the close. And if you're in tabletop and you need to come out of tabletop, do so, take a break. If you're in tabletop, your spine is flat on the floor, so there's no arch under the back here. We're flat on the floor. You can take a little pulse, pulse, bring it back in. Pulse, pulse, bring it back in. Little double pulse. You take the knees halfway out, pulse, pulse, bring it back in. For 3 more. 2, 1. Just bring the legs back down, extend the arms and legs away. Just take a big front body stretch. Okay, come back up into tabletop. Take your arms out wide. So you're up in tabletop and you're going to take your knees into a V position. So just slightly wider than your hips. Hold it there. Breathe in, rotate to one side. Breathe out to return. Breathe in, slowly rotate to the other side. Breathe out to return. So try to be soft up through your shoulders and your neck. And your shoulders should stay on the floor. So if your shoulders are lifting off the floor, don't roll quite as far. Breathe in, breathe out to return. Legs are in tabletop, so shins are parallel to the ceiling. And you really, here we're using our oblique abdominal muscles to help control. So breathing in, breathing out. That's it, good. Now you can continue here or add the leg extension. So single leg, take it out to the side, the top leg extends, bring it back to the middle, lower, back to tabletop, roll, top leg extends, back to the middle, tabletop. You can stay with the knees bent, you can have a rest if you haven't had enough, or you can add that leg extension. Breathing in. For 2 more. Last one. Okay, bring your knees down, feet down, and just take a rotation stretch here. Roll your knees to one side, turn your head, and look in the opposite direction. And coming back up and over onto the other side. Okay, coming back up. We did some opposite arm and leg before. We're just going to come back to that with the band around the knees now. So lift the feet back up into tabletop, take the arms up towards the ceiling, and we're extending the opposite arm and leg. Now, option is you can have your feet back on the floor, same thing. You're just extending the leg against the band, or we're up in tabletop. And we're slowly extending, so just with control. So your focus here is this front body torso, keeping it steady as you extend. So we're not overarching, we're not straining up into the neck and shoulders. Still breathing. Just taking it slow. And again, if you haven't done much for the last however long, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, just go gently, feet on the floor, option. Don't strain. That's it. 2 to go. Last one on each side. Okay, and hug the knees back into the chest and take another little back massage. Okay, bring your feet back down onto the floor, hip width apart, take your hands behind your head, and then we're going to come into an upper body curl. So we're going to start with just the head. Lift the head and then lower it back down. Just lift the head, okay, that's it. Take your chin to your chest. Don't pull on your neck, so keep your elbows wide. So just a little focus on just the neck movement here. Elbows are wide, so you're not pulling on the neck at all. You're using your neck and head muscles, upper chest muscles to move. Okay, we're going to start to come up a little bit further and lift the shoulder blades up off the floor. So a little bit more, thinking about that front body, rib to hip. Okay, so I'm trying to take my ribs towards my hips. Think about that as your focus rather than pulling on your head and your neck, which you don't want to do. So the head stays heavy into the hands. And I'm thinking about rolling my chin to my chest and curling the upper body, then unravel. So chin to chest, then curl the upper body. And then roll it back out. Keep breathing. That's it. Okay, we're going to add in a little reach across to the outside of the knee. The chin to chest and curl as you lift. You're lifting one shoulder blade up off the floor and rotating kind of around your sternum. And then you lower it back down onto the floor. So curl it up and over, take it down. Nice and smooth. Again, keeping that head heavy in your hand. The hand that is supporting the neck, the head is heavy into that hand. Keep that breath going. A few more. Last one on each side. Okay, keep your hands behind your head and just roll your knees to one side again. Turn the head in the hands, look away to the other side. Keep that chest open. So see if you can get your shoulders down, even your elbows down on the floor. And then bring the knees up and over onto the other side. So chest is nice and wide, head looks in the other direction. Get your elbows as open as you possibly can. Okay, come on back. Bring your arms down by your side to start with. Feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. A little bit of tension on the band. Take a breath in and then on the breath out, curl to 12 o'clock. Peel up off the floor. Breathe in at the top. On the breath out, slowly articulate the spine down. So using the breath, rolling the pelvis, articulating the spine. Again, try and keep your head, neck soft and heavy. So don't take the tension up into the neck. So really focusing on the breath and the control of the spine, coming up and down. Just to take your time, listen to your breath, push through your heels, really try to focus on each little part. So you are working on each little section. There's a lot to think about. You just want to slow it down and focus on your body and controlling that spine. Now we're going to take the arms up to the ceiling and keep going. And just notice what the difference is. You might find, you should find, it's a little bit harder because you've now gotten rid of your arm support. You might feel you're a little bit more wobbly in your pelvis, so slow it down. Think about the breath and the control. Push through the heels. Keep that little bit of tension against the band. Don't let the knees come together. And just focus on really good quality movement. Draw the shoulder blades away from the ears. For 2 more. And on the next one, we're holding the top of the bridge. So hold it up there and lift the heel. Single heel lift, just one heel, next heel. So alternating heel lifts, keeping the pelvis. Imagine there's a tray sitting across your front pelvis. So we're keeping it steady. Nice and long and strong through the front and back body. But the neck and shoulders are soft. Don't take the tension up there. Now you can stay with a heel lift or you can come into a knee float. Okay, so again, if you haven't done anything for a little while, stay with the heel lift. You really need to work on your stability for the knee float. Okay, so your focus is not letting that pelvis drop. So if you're taking one foot off the floor and your pelvis is dropping, stay with the heel lifts until you build up that control. It's a slow, soft rise, lifting the knees softly. Keep pushing through the heel. For 3 more. 2. Last one. And then feet both on the floor, control the articulation back down. Come out of bridge. Hug your knees into your chest, give your back a little stretch. Okay, one more little bridge exercise. Feet back flat on the floor. Again, take the arms to the ceiling, or you can have your arms down if you feel like you need that support. Otherwise, we're coming up here, and we're just going to do some little pulses at the top of the bridge. So just let your pelvis drop and then lift, drop and lift. So it's just the top little quarter of the bridge. Little pulse. Lift your toes off the floor. So not your whole foot, just your toes. So your weight bearing through the ball of your foot and your heel. That's it. So just a little toe lift. Keep pulsing. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up there. Bring the arms down and east-west tilt the pelvis. So just that little 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock tilt. So we're lifting one hip bone to the ceiling, lift the other. And a little rotation around the pelvis. It's only a small movement isolating the pelvis. And then slowly rolling down. And just take another front body stretch. Just reach your hands above your head if you can. Reach your feet away. Just stretch. Roll your ankles. Okay, and then you're going to roll on over onto your side. I can see everybody. Okay, so onto your side. So just start with keeping the band around your knees, your feet together, your knees together, your hips are stacked and your feet are in line with your bottom. Keep your heels together and just lift that top knee. That's it, good. So your head can be anywhere. If you've got a pillow at home, you want to use a pillow. Everybody else, if you just support your head, just try and keep it soft, but think about what's happening with this shoulder up here. So don't let it hitch up and roll forward. Keep that collarbone open, draw your shoulder blade down. Now you can keep going here or lift the heels off the floor and keep going again. So a little bit harder with the feet off the floor. So again, your glutes can handle a fair bit of action. They're a pretty big muscle, but if it feels too much, take it back to feet on the floor. That's it, good. Keeping the pelvis kind of a bit steady. We're trying not to rock too much through the pelvis. We're isolating the bottom. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, bring your feet and knees to the front of the mat like you're sitting in a chair, so 90 degrees, and lift knee and foot together. So lifting up, slowly lower. Lift and lower. That's it. So you should be really feeling those glutes now, starting to burn a little. You're right up there, Karen, hiding. And Maria, you've got the green band. It's a hard one. Red's easier. You can swap. I'll bring you red next week. Yeah, it's a good workout. 5 more. That's it, good. Okay, give it a little rub. We'll give it a rest for a second. Bring your hands behind your head. And we're just going to do some little chest openers here. So try and keep your knees together and just take your time. Breathe in as you open or breathe out, doesn't matter. But just as you roll, let your eyes follow that elbow that's opening. And just see if you can slowly get a little bit more range. Just slowly with each breath and let the head roll. Feel the difference if you actually let the head roll open and look at that elbow. You'll find you get more rotation through your spine. Just don't strain, it should feel good. Just a really nice chest mobility exercise. And your head's heavy, just keep your head heavy. Just 2 more. That's it, good. Okay, 1 more little glute exercise. Just take your leg out straight and turn your toes towards the floor. Just roll your top pelvis just a little bit forward. So you want to be just a little bit rotated in the top. Keep the toes to the floor and lift to the ceiling. That's it. Good. Good. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good job. Give it a rub. All right, come on up onto your side arm support, side body. So just to recap, elbow below the shoulder, fingers splayed out, lift the body away from the floor. So imagine the string lifting you up to the ceiling. You can extend that top arm, so you're reaching that arm up to the ceiling. So no hanging down into that armpit. Now we're going to do a side plank here. If this is enough for you just in this position, just hold that position, okay? If you feel like you've got a bit of strength in your shoulder, you're lifting up off the floor. Lift and lower for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Okay, come down. We're going to roll over, but let's just take a glute stretch on the way. So that bottom that was just working, take the foot to the knee that wasn't working and reach through and stretch out that bottom. Okay, and then roll over onto the other side. All right, so let's just start with our knees together, feet together, hips are stacked, feet are in line with the butt. And we're just opening that top knee. So keep the heels together, lift and lower, lift and lower. So just take it up slowly down. Don't let the band pull you down, okay? So control against the band. That's it, good. Okay, you can stay here or lift the heels off the floor, keep the heels together and keep going. That's it, nice and steady. That's it, good. Nice and smooth, keep the pelvis steady if you can. For 5 more, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Bring your feet and knees to the front of the mat, and now lifting your knee and foot together. Open up, and your pelvis will open up a little bit here, okay? So just to get that range right into the back of the hip. So you're leading with the knee here, okay? So try to keep the knee and the foot at the same height. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Give it a little rub and then give it a little rest. Bring your hands behind your head and just close the elbows together and then open up the chest. And just let the breath go here. Let the head and eyes roll with that upper elbow. So really allow your head to just be heavy and follow the elbow with your eyes. And you feel a really nice opening of the chest. And try and keep your knees together if you can, so you're taking that rotation into the thoracic spine. For 3 more. Last one. Okay, now one more little leg exercise. So extend that top leg, roll the top pelvis forward. So you're just tilting softly, turn your toes to the floor and lift to the ceiling. Just getting that back bit of your glute here a little bit more by turning the pelvis. It's not all side hip muscle. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good job. Give it a little rub. Okay, and then come on up onto your side. So fingers are spread, elbow right below the shoulder, lift out, up out of the armpit, take the other arm to the ceiling, and then when you're ready, lift and lower. Nice and strong through the body for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent work. Come on down, back onto your back and take that foot that was just doing all the work. Put your foot on your other knee, reach through and take a stretch. Right, Genevieve? I think I did the same. Did you? And you can take your band off while you're there. And just start to slow the breath down a little bit. Bring your awareness back to your breath. And try and take the breath down into your tummy. So a nice, slow, deep tummy breath. So let's just stretch into the back of the leg now. So holding behind one leg, holding behind the knee, and reach your foot up to the ceiling and just pull your toes down, so point and flex. Relax the shoulders. Your head should be heavy. And the pelvis, the ribs, all sinking into the floor now. So if you're tense in any other muscles other than that leg that's holding up to the ceiling, just try and soften and sink into the floor. And swapping legs, take the other leg up to the ceiling, point and flex. And just take the arms out wide, take one more lower back stretch, so rolling the knees to one side, turn the head in the other way. And then over to the other side. And then come on up into sitting. And we're just going to finish with a little balance pose here. So hold behind your knees. Just sit up on those sit bones and lengthen up. So really imagine the string lifting you up to the crown here. So elongating the spine. Hold behind your knees. Now, heels or toes on the floor. Start there. That might be enough for you. If you feel you can lift the feet off the floor, lift the feet. So you're sort of balancing on your sit bones. You're using your tummy muscles to help support and hold you there, okay? If it feels too much, put the toes or feet back on the floor. Otherwise, keep lengthening up away. That's excellent. Long through the spine. Now, if that's enough, hold it there. If you've got a bit more balance and strength in you, release the hands. And hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good job. Just shake it out. Just give your neck a little stretch off to one side. Good. That's it. And say hello to everybody. Hi. Home team, whole team. All right, good job. I think that worked. You look like you're doing the right thing. All right, have a good week and see you next Wednesday. Bye.